Well, look, Jenna, I'm not ready to guarantee that Golden State's going to win another championship, but I don't hate it. I do not hate this take from Draymond Green at all. Right now, I believe Phoenix is the best team, not only in the West, but in the league. But before Golden State went into this swoon, and that basically started when Draymond got hurt, I liked Golden State in the West. So I want to see them together for a while. Obviously, as you just said, Jenna, this is the first time Draymond and Klay Thompson were on the court together, to play a full game in almost 3 years. So let's get them working together and get that chemistry back. Obviously, Draymond and Steph had it last night. Everything changes when Draymond Green's on the floor. People might look at his numbers and think he doesn't do much, but he is huge. You see the numbers last night. Steph Curry scored 41 of his 47 points in 15 minutes. The 15 minutes that Draymond shared the floor with him. That's because when Draymond's on the floor, he obviously handles the ball a lot. He's a great passer, and that allows Steph to get off the ball more, run off the screens, and get better looks and better shots. This season, you see it almost 4 points a game better. The win-loss difference is huge, and he's shooting it better from three-point range. Defensively, we know how important Draymond is. Guys, I really have one question about the Warriors, and it's really been the case all year. I have not liked the fact that they're very small. We know Draymond's a great defender, can guard bigger players, but their lack of size, Nick, we talked about it with the Lakers. That could be a problem if they had to play them with AD and even LeBron inside. Remember what LeBron did to them a few weeks ago. And DeAndre Ayton, too. I don't know if people have noticed, but over the last 3 weeks or so, he is really coming to his own. He's averaging about 20 points on 70% shooting, so he could be a problem, too. So right now, I still like Phoenix in the West, but Golden State and Phoenix are the top two teams, Wilds, in my view, out West.
The thing about the small ball lineup that scares me too, Broussard, is if Steph hits a cold patch, all of a sudden you're like, what's our other play here? Hey. But here's the answer. It's Klay Thompson. Not only did Draymond come back, we're getting the old Klay back. And Nick, I seeded this in Weird and Wonderful. I said this was the coaching decision of the year. Was it a nuanced, out-of-bounds play? I said, no, it wasn't. It was when Steve Kerr brought Will Ferrell to the Clippers game. And everyone's like, this is just a silly moment. Well, you know what? What else was a silly moment? When Ty Lue had a puzzle of the Larry O'Brien trophy, but all the Cavs got into it and then they won the championship. It doesn't look silly once it works. So look at this. Before and after Will Ferrell's appearance, points are up because field goal attempts are up. And I know it's like, wow, you're just kind of want an excuse to run Will Ferrell video. I don't. Klay be very emotive. When Klay is frustrated, he sat on the bench with like a towel over his head. He left the game early. But when Klay is energized, he'll let you know it. And this was something that broke the stress, and now Klay is playing better because of Will Ferrell. It sounds like a ridiculous take. It is ridiculous. No, it is also 100% accurate. It's ridiculous and 100% accurate at the same time. Klay is back because of Will Ferrell.
So I got a lot to say here because I think Wilds missed the bigger part of the Draymond quote. But first and foremost is this. The Warriors are only dangerous if Steph gets his swagger back. Yes, Klay's important, but the underrated part of this is Steph Curry, over the first 20 games of the year, looked like the league MVP. And over the Warriors' last 50 games, I've got the numbers here, he is shooting 42% from the field and 36% from three. This season, Brew, he is having his career lows in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. They must have close to apex Steph Curry to have a shot. That's first point. Right. Second point is, I think this is the year of the changing of the guard in the Western Conference. I think we might see a Western Conference Finals involving Luka coming out of the 4 or the 5 seed, beating Utah, beating Phoenix, and getting to the conference finals. And then, and this is the part I want to throw to Wilds, actually, who would they play in the conference finals? when Draymond says we don't care if we're the 2 or the 3, that is directed at one team, buddy. What your beloved, we inhale all the smoke, go up the chimney, Memphis Grizzlies. What he's saying is, we'll go to your court and kick your ass, Memphis. And I'm very interested how this quote lands on Ja Morant's cherry oak desk that he has in his beautiful home. How he sees this and says, oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, absolutely. It's gorgeous. It's probably $15,000 since their response to fan mail. But listen, so the question really is, for me, when we're talking about the Warriors, because we're talking about the 2 or the 3, do you like the Warriors more than you like Memphis? And do you think it would matter if the Warriors are on the road? And that then, Brew, becomes, and I will throw it to you, Brew, a question of has Ja truly taken the leap? Because if Ja's truly taken the leap, then the Warriors absolutely should care about having a potential Game 7 in Oracle or whatever. I don't even know if it's still called Oracle. Whatever it is now. And so they should care about that. I don't think Draymond does, but I also think Draymond might not be aware that the Western Conference landscape might be changing before our very eyes. That playing to go to the NBA Finals might very well end up being 2 guys under 23. Luka and Ja to win the conference as opposed to LeBron and Steph, or as opposed to, and now Phoenix has young guys well, but their patriarch is Chris Paul. And I think that's what we might be barreling towards, Brew.
Nick, look, I love Ja Morant. I've called him the most exciting player to enter the league since Vince Carter back in, 98? Yep. But no. If I'm Golden State, if Golden State is whole, it's not going to a Game 7 in Memphis. All right, they will beat Memphis in fewer than 7 games, no doubt about it. I would be stunned. It would be historic if a young Memphis team with Ja Morant as their only star in his 3rd season took out Steph, Klay, and Draymond. There's no way. No way. And I have respect for Memphis. They are well coached. Their role players too are better than people give them credit for. So I'm not poo-pooing them. But we just have not seen something like that. So no, Wilds, Golden State over Memphis all day, every day in a playoff series if Golden State is whole with Draymond Green.
Yeah, Nick, don't you think that I could see the Warriors winning 5-1, and I could see Draymond or Steph going up to Ja and recreating the Tim Duncan LeBron moment where it's like, you know what, this league will be yours someday, but thanks for letting us get this one. LOL, and by the way, you're going home. I just feel like when the playoffs matter, when you get to the playoffs, experience trumps kind of like the enthusiasm and sort of meteoric rise.
Yeah,
that the
unless
Grizzlies
Ja's
have.
the best player on the court.
We've been there. You think
Ja this year's been better than Steph. Ja this year's first-team All-NBA lock. Steph is not. Steph might make first-team All-NBA, but that second guard spot's open. And listen, I understand that
Nick,
last year...
who was the best player on the court last night in L.A.?
Well, okay, LeBron, obviously. That team is broken.
Okay.
But hold on. But let me just remind America, because I know everybody... last year they have one seared memory of the play-in tournament, LeBron dotting Steph's eye for the Lakers to move on. But the Warriors then did play another game. And I do believe it was against Memphis. Right. And I do believe it was in Golden State. And I watched the first round of the playoffs last year. I didn't see the Warriors there. So I think Memphis won that game. I know. I'm just saying, sometimes the change happens fast.
That was a March Madness game.
It's a Game 7. Hey, Game 7, buddy. That's a Game 7.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.